this is going to be our last question of the evening. And Adam, this is yours, or at least you're going to start.
It's yours.
What will you, as a candidate, do to protect our LGBTQ community from attacks coming from the right wing?
So one thing, I served during Don't Ask, Good Tell, and it's a passion of mine because I've seen my friends get abused for their production during the day and thrown away because of who they loved at night. And I seen too many people get kicked out for that. And some of them were brave enough, foolish enough to come back in after it got repealed because they were so proud of their nation. Those are the people that we're trying to disparage and keep, hidden in the closets right now. The Progressive Vets group that I run, just last week, we supported the Pride Masquerade here, just to provide a presence, in our community as veterans coming out, because it's underrepresented. And we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep building this community and keep being a presence for here, not just an ally, but as a battle buddy, as a wingman. An ally means that there's things that need to happen for you to be there. I'm a wingman. You don't need to look behind you. I'm going to be there with you. Thank you.
Thank you. We are shifting online for Joe for a 1-minute response to this question.
I think the number one thing is we need to make sure that every protection that we have is written explicitly into law. If we see the things that have come down through the Dobbs decision, the last thing we want to see is protections that have already been granted through the court rescinded because we have not taken the necessary steps to put that into actual federal law. That's a start. Educational perspective to make sure that at all stages of life, our LGBTQ community is embraced, engaged, and protected by all of us.
John?
Yeah, a couple things here. One of the first things I'll do is I'll propose legislation that prohibits a potential president who just engages in troll and revenge and culture war politics to change policy and ban LGBTQ members from serving who are currently there. They're there, they're serving, and they should still be able to serve there. I'm also going to talk about Roe v. Wade. At its core, Roe v. Wade was a matter of individual rights to privacy. It's rooted in the First, Fourth, Fifth, Ninth, and 14th Amendments. And by stripping Roe v. Wade, we've allowed the court to say your right to privacy is not absolute. And so I think we absolutely need to pass legislation that codifies Roe and make sure that everybody understands that the right to privacy is a fundamental right in America.
Thank you. River?
Well, as a member of the LGBT plus community who has seen us get discriminated against and our lives threatened time and time again, I can say that what we need is representation, and we need people to fight for us with that representation. Earlier today, I was at the Denver Capitol, and I got to see my own House District representative advocate for non-legal name changes for people like me, and that means a lot to me. I want to see more people like me representing the LGBT plus community. Honestly, this is at the heart of everything. Everyone deserves representation. Everyone deserves to be treated as an equal member of society and not have to feel threatened just to use a bathroom. Thank you.
Orlando?
Well, I think, like River is starting to say, I think, it's part of a bigger conversation. It has to do with healthcare. It has to do with, who are we basically trying to use as a campaign. And so when you talk about healthcare, it's I think the largest challenge that we have in front of us. Because when you talk about LGBTQ, it's another minority. It's another person that is being used to as campaign fodder. And so, what we've got to do is start looking at why are we afraid, and hatred is just a way to use fear. And so this is a much bigger conversation, and I think it has to do with healthcare.
Thank you. And Adam, you got 30 seconds for rebuttal, if you'd like it.
Yeah. So to carry on with, the folks that I was able to serve with, it's shameful, how they were treated, and that still nothing has really changed. Even if, trans people are allowed to serve right now, they're still persecuted there, and nothing's really changed. And we need to continue to fight for this because they deserve better. They're better community members if they feel safe to be who they are. Thank you.
Thank you. Now going to move online. And Joe, you have 30 seconds, if you'd like it.
In a very practical sense, as a congressman, one of the things that I would be sure to do is to make sure that through my website, through my constituent services team, that we'd have access to all the different resources that are available. When a member of the LGBT community walks into my office, that they will know that they have access to whether it's mental health, healthcare, emotional support, whatever that they need. Our office will make the extra steps to make that connection for them so that our office is a place that can provide them with the resources that they need to thrive and feel safe in this community.
Thank you. John.
What everyone in this room does with their life is their choice. It's not government's choice. That is the essence of being a free person in a free society. Thank you.
River.
We need to dismantle hate with education and public knowledge. And we need to get it written into law, protection for the LGBT plus community. We have our House District representatives doing that for us, and I will make sure it's done federally too.
Orlando.
I think, again, just saying that, we need to protect everybody. And I think that right now, the LGBTQ community is the one that everyone's looking at. But it's just a matter of time before we move on to another part of society. And so I just think we need to think bigger and think about how we're going to address everybody and how are we going to
That's
accomplish
Tom.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes our questions for the evening. We're now going to transition over to closing remarks. We're going to